Hey everybody, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Sean and today's video is going to be just a few tips on starter locks. If you don't know, I started my locks myself and I self-maintain my locks myself. So these are just tips that I go by. I'm not a loctician. I'm not a professional. I say that ahead of time because I don't want people to assume that what I say is right and what other people say is wrong, or that, you know, I misled you or anything like that. This is just simply some of the tips that I personally go by. Got some on my sweater. These are just some of the tips that I personally go by. So before I get started, I do just want to shout out my good sis Tiana. This is her sweater. I'm gonna show y'all. Yes, I will link her Instagram down below if you like it. Support Black women-owned businesses all 2021 and beyond, okay? Let's just get right into it. So if you guys see me looking down, it's because I wrote everything out and I'm reading it off my iPad and I just didn't want to forget anything. So yeah, that's why you may see me looking down a little bit during this, okay? Tip number 1 is do your research. Do your research on the method you want to start with. Do your research on the loctician you want to go to if you don't want to start it yourself. Do your research on products. Watch YouTube videos. Like, really look into it because locks are a commitment. And I mean, I'm not saying that to say like it's hard to do or anything like that, but I just encourage doing your research on stuff because I do my research like extensively before I do anything. So yeah, that's tip number 1, y'all. Do your research. Do your research, please. Yeah, less is more, you guys. Tip number 2, less is more. Don't do too much. Don't think that you have loose natural hair because you don't. So everything that you put in is going to be in the lock. So that's why you want to be very sparse with the products you use. I use 1 hair gel, 1 shampoo, and I use an oil. Oil is something that you can get away with mixing as long as they're not too heavy. But yeah, still be very minimal with your locks. Leave your hair alone. Leave your hair alone. Do not have your hands all up in your head. Do not don't even dye your hair for the first couple months. I mean, some people do, but in my opinion, when it comes to like something that's so, I don't know, I'm not dyeing my hair anytime soon, to be honest. I want my locks to be mature first, and dye can mess up your curl pattern and stuff like that. So I could only imagine the adverse effects it would have on starter locks. So leave your hair alone. Let it do what it's going to do. Don't put it in too many tight styles because tension could cause breakage. Just leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. It's gonna grow, it's gonna flourish if you leave it alone. It's gonna grow more if you leave it alone. Leave your hair alone. Tip number 4 is stay away from heavy products. So when I say heavy products, I mean stuff like conditioners, different hair gels, beeswax, dyes, anything that can cause buildup. Stay away from that. I used beeswax one time, one time, y'all. I used it once and I don't even think I used that much, but I am experiencing at the moment some buildup on my actual locks that I've been having to wash my hair a little more frequently just to get that out. So oh, my package was delivered. But anyways, yes, stay away from products that are too heavy on your hair, because what's gonna happen is, even if it doesn't seem like it's showing up now, as your locks mature, you will start seeing gray, you will start seeing buildup, you will start seeing those heavy products come to the forefront, especially as your locks mature. These babies hold everything in them, like literally everything. Just be very cautious. Everybody is different, like I said, so you may be using like conditioner and stuff and it may be working for you. So don't even like come on here trying to be like, well, it works for me. If it works for you, good, I'm happy. Please, no, I'm very happy that if something works for you that doesn't work for me, like everybody's journey is different, okay? So please. Tip number 5. This tip, there's a lot of controversy around this tip. I noticed a lot of people may or may not want to do this, but like I said in the beginning, this is what works for me. These are tips that I go by. So this tip is, don't be afraid of water. Water hydrates, and as long as you have an oil to seal in that hydration, you will be fine. I use water on my hair a lot. When I stopped using water, like before this retwist, I wanted to make my last retwist stretch for at least a month, but I didn't get that far because I stopped doing what I was doing in the beginning. So I was wetting my hair every couple of days and sealing it in with the moisture, and I wasn't having no issues. Once I stopped doing that, I started to experience some flakes in the front of my head. We clean now, but I noticed that I was experiencing some flakage and I noticed I was experiencing some flakes, and the only thing that I changed was that I wasn't using water. So I kind of treat my hair like a plant. I water it, I nurture it, I talk life over my hair, I talk love over my hair, and in turn it grows. And if you have used water and you've noticed that, nah, maybe that's not for me, then okay, good, perfect. But yeah, don't be afraid of water, you guys. I enjoy soaking my hair in water. I enjoy spraying water on my hair, and my hair in turn reacts positively to me introducing water. So this tip also goes into the sixth tip, is to wash your hair. Okay, when I was doing research, people were saying that you shouldn't wash your hair for like a month and stuff like that. Baby, please wash your hair, okay? You will get build up. Your hair produces natural oils, okay? Your scalp produces natural oils. And if your scalp is anything like mine, where it just can't handle too much at once, if you don't wash it, you'll have adverse effects. So I wash my hair I've been doing every week, but I usually do every 2 weeks. I wash my hair. You want to get a very mild shampoo, something that doesn't have a lot of ingredients in it, a lot of sulfates, you know, all that stuff. I use Neutrogena, the non-residue. I don't have it. It's in the bathroom. Yeah, I'll use in the shower. But if you saw my wash and retwist video, I use Neutrogena and I haven't had any issues. Other people also like to use Dr. Bronner's, but I've heard that strips hair. Once again, will work. If it works for you, please. So yeah, Dr. Bronner's, the Neutrogena that I use. There's also Loc companies you can buy stuff from. So Dr. Locs is one. I know a lot of people use Dr. Locs, and I've heard a lot of good things about Dr. Locs, so I might end up trying Dr. Locs. But yeah, you really just want to make sure you wash your hair, okay? Because you can't even begin to grow healthy hair if the foundation is dirty. So please wash your hair. If you're watching this and you have starter locks and you're like 3 weeks in and you haven't washed your hair, go wash your hair. It's okay. And the last tip, so this isn't really a tip. This is more so advice, I guess. It's tips and advice is like synonymous anyways. But yeah, don't compare yourself to other people's lock journeys. A lot of people do send me pictures and they're like, I think my locks look like yours, and it's flattering, but like, nah, we all got different locks. We all are on different journeys. We are all on different paths. We all started different. I started with 2-strand twist. I maintain my locks myself, and I also had 4B 4C hair. So your hair texture and all of that plays a part in how your locks will mature and grow over time. That's why I ask a lot of people questions, because I like to see the difference in other journeys. So for example, I've been experiencing some unraveling because my hair is very soft. I thought that my hair was a little more coarse, but by having locks, I'm learning that, I mean, like I have thick hair and I have type 4 hair, but it's just very soft to the touch. If you saw my last retwist video, then you would see that they unravel. Like when I put water in my hair, I will say that it can cause some of the locks to unravel, but I'm not too much worrying about that. I'm worrying about the integrity of my scalp. So it is annoying to have locks unravel on me because they all have to start at different starting points now, but whatever. Everybody's hair is gonna be different. Everybody's journey is gonna be different. And I say all of that to say to be your own lot goals, okay? Be your own lot goals. Don't rely on anybody else's information to steer you in a direction. You have to go with what you know. You have to ultimately do what's best for you. So that's kind of ironic in a tip video because I'm giving you tips, but like I said in the beginning, these are the tips that I go by. I mean, I've talked to people who have experienced no unraveling. I've talked to people who've had flakes when they stopped adding water in their hair. I've talked to people who go to locticians. So like, it really is just all different across the board, which makes this so beautiful. And I say all of that to say, that's really it. Oh, let me just add a bonus tip real quick before I get out of here. Bonus tip, wear your bonnet. Wear your bonnet, okay? Wear your bonnet, wear your silk scarf, sleep with a silk pillowcase. I do all of that because lint is very real, very alive and well, okay? I've noticed some lint in my hair when I was slacking on my bonnet. But yeah, if you have any more questions, I'm always open to answering them in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram at growwithshawnb. I will be putting a lock frequently asked questions highlight on my page shortly, but hopefully by the time y'all watch this, that's up. But your girl's a full-time student. Your girl is doing a lot, so be patient with me. Be patient. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. I really hope that you learned something from this video. I hope my tips help somebody, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.